Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the EGF League quarterfinals. We've got for you coming up William and Mary against the University of Colorado. But first, of course, I'm joined by Cheryl.
Hi, I'm Cheryl or Milk Tea. Thank you for having me. And we've had such a great tournament so far. But right before getting into the match, we have a little video to play.
At William and Mary, bold moments define us. We push boundaries and find creative solutions. We take risks and pursue our passions. We ignite curiosity and change the world. At William and Mary, we see bold in action. We challenge what is known, explore what is new, and imagine a bold future. We are, and always will be, a university for the bold.
I was born bold.
And welcome back. A great video. If you're considering attending any school, make sure to look into William and Mary because it seems like they've got a really great program and one that has harbored a really, really great team, number 4 seed in this quarterfinals, but can't sleep on University of Colorado as they are the ones right behind them.
I'm sure we're gonna be seeing some really close matches. I've seen William and Mary play, and they are no joke. Same goes for University of Colorado, so it's finally nice to see them go off with one another. So be sure to see them again. So if we could cut to the bracket to see where we are currently, or not, because they're gonna start soon.
It seems like they're ready just to get right into it and go toe to toe. They've been ready and waiting in the wings as the University of Hawaii and St. Peter's wrapped up their set, and it seems like they're eager to get started. Piranha Plant and Ike, AIV, and Barret.
It's so nice because we don't really see Piranha Plants, and not so many people play Piranha Plant. So if you're unfamiliar with Piranha Plant, it'll be a very difficult matchup to see. And currently, right now, we see how AIV isn't too familiar with Piranha Plant and has racked up almost 90% within the first minute of the game.
Yeah, Piranha Plant he's a weird kind of toolkit from start to finish, but his best tools are inarguably his ledge trapping. And I mean, as you see, he got in what was basically 90 off of putting AIV on ledge once, and a patient ledge trapper will be able to not only secure all of this damage, but stocks as well. But a whiffed grab is going to let AIV get back to neutral, and on a stage like Smashville, things can get bad real quick.
Absolutely, and I want to mention, as you said, Piranha Plant is so skilled at edge guarding, using the poison breath at the edge of the stage, but gotta get that back air to the taunt, even as high as 150%. A single back air was enough to take Barret's stock.
Yeah, despite how heavy Piranha Plant can be, Ike doesn't really care about weight with some of his moves, that back air absolutely included, as he is still thriving at 176, but that up throw will do it. With all of the grabs that Barret has been going for, it seems like up throw he's already mentally decided that up throw is gonna be his win condition for a lot of stocks, but AIV is not caring about this at all. He's out for blood.
Absolutely. Especially going for the little cheese on Ike's up B. Really taking a really quick stock off of Barret, and of course the taunt to follow along with it.
Yeah, you gotta acknowledge sometimes that it's like, yeah, that was kind of cheeky, a little bit cheesy, but you know, it's part of the kit, and it's something you absolutely have to play around if you're Barret. Ike may have some susceptibility when being edge guarded and for getting off of ledge sometimes as well, but one false move can lead you straight to the depths.
But as of right now, they're both just avoiding each other, shielding, spot dodging, not doing so much damage against one another, but definitely giving each other pressure.
It's only... This is kind of the flip side now. Despite how the incredible early start for Barret, who looked very, very strong when he was ledge trapping, AIV is showing the weaknesses of Plant in a lot of ways. His aerial and ground speed can be a little bit slow. He has okay frame data to scrap, but it's nothing too crazy. He's reliant on conditioning and reads to get a lot of this damage, which I guess is why we're on Smashville, but AIV has been circumventing that aplenty perfectly, outspacing the down B. Okay.
Honestly, I was just about to say how Barret or Piranha Plant, maybe in general, has had some with killing, but no problems when it comes to racking up damage. But that, I know they're not called Gordos. I forgot their name.
Patui.
Patui, there we go. Patui, they do so much damage as we...
Yeah, so much damage and so active as well. While you see it, it's a hitbox, which means it can clip things like ledge hang, as well as if you try to punish Plant for holding the Patui, you can get counter hit relatively easily. As Barret is slowly worming his way back thanks to Plant's more awkward tools and very, very good ones in that Patui and the poison gas, but at 141, it doesn't take much for Ike to kill you. One stray hit or one out of shield kill move is gonna do it, as the Smashville platform aids in the aggression that AIV wanted to go with. That's why you go to Smashville if you're Ike. Plenty of room to shark some landings and go deep for those high kills.
And you know, we saw how Barret was slowly trying to get a little bit more comfortable towards the third stock. But you know, when Ike throws you up with the grab, it's always a little scary. You know what they were fishing for. As you said, the Smashville platform really helped with mixing up option and mixing up with choices, like we saw in that the replay currently playing, the
So
up
good.
smash, the up throw, and Barret going for a spot dodge, maybe expecting an up air, but getting the back air.
Yeah, that was just super good air dodge read on his part, as landing 190. Plant has his tools may be awkward, but you can certainly rely on some of his more consistent options. Patui being one of them, that do be how people die sometimes. Got the Aether cheese, and it kind of leads into a big habit that AIV was exploiting quite frequently. We saw it with the first stock, and then right there, and even on the third stock, air dodge was often used from Barret really early. So he would just remove one of his best tools in disadvantage, since Plant does not have the best airspeed nor any burst movement options. He just has to hope his air dodge and double jump are enough, and in that case, and in this one right here, it was not.
So currently, right now, they are doing bans, and so far, University of Colorado has banned FD, Kalos, and Town, and I believe they are heading to Small Battlefield. or they're gonna ban small battlefield. I'm not too sure with the way they're speaking. But so far, I feel like this game could go either or. I feel like Barret, if he's gonna stick his Piranha Plant, learned a lot of information, learned a lot about AIV as a person, as a character, and the way they play, and can really start taking advantage of some things. Like we saw some stuff happening when Piranha Plant was underneath the platform of Smashville, and AIV would um, side B to the top of the platform and try to catch that, but not exactly reaching.
And we do see small battlefield as you mentioned, and no character switch either. Barret is known to have an Olimar as well, but Olimar against sorties isn't particularly great. Plant might have a better keep away game and just better and bigger moves as a means to contest Ike on a scrapping level. But it looks like AIV is playing absolutely comfortable on this biplat. Similar blast zones and similar stage layout as Smashville. It's all that can really count for is if he gets the chance to use it.
Wow. Yeah, really similar to what happened in the first talk of the previous game. Not the first talk. One of the stocks that AIV had towards Barret. It seems as though AIV has really figured out a way to go against Barret, to go against Piranha Plant, and Barret's having quite a difficult time getting juggled, just getting tossed around, getting grabbed, getting hit as so many times.
Wow, and he's leaving himself really exposed for all of these openings. There's a couple of a bevy, four of them even. Four pretty devastating lag spikes. It looks like it might have calmed down a little bit, but it seems okay. So they're gonna head right back into it. Hopefully that is a fluke rather than the norm, as AIV looks to head right back into the offensive slaughter that he was going for. Another platform assist for that second stock, and it's the reason why Piranha Plant is so good at ledge trapping is the nature of a lot of his moves being real bad in full screen and full stage situations. They're really active, but they're really committal, but less committal when you're in such close quarters like this.
And you know what? AIV is absolutely killing it in this game. Really understood just vibing around.
Alright, so putting together. Okay, well, that's kind of rude.
It's a strategy, I guess. But in this kind of tournament where it's based off of points, the least that Barret can do if he cannot win this game is to take some points off.
Yeah, going 1-0 is a deficit you can come back from. Putting 3 and then 3 and then 2 more points on top will be quite the early hole for William and Mary. Good dash attack to get out of the corner, but he needs a ton more of those aggressive options. But AIV's been mixing up his recovery routes very well and getting off of ledge offensively more often than not, which is something Barret does not seem to be expecting more in all of his chances to get those ledge traps going.
Oh wow, that was a really nice run reverse down tilt on AIV's part. Not really doing much. Really don't want to get too close on both sides. AIV really wanting to take this 3 stock, bring him to a big lead. Not gonna take it, but really good on Barret's part for taking at least 1 stock off.
Yeah, 1-0 now, and as he waits for an air dodge once again. If there's anything to garner from losing that stock is AIV now has significantly less rage. Oh, okay, well, never mind. Looks like a bit of a buffered air dodge sends Barret lower than he anticipated, and that's gonna do it for game 2 and set 1. Another 4 points on the board for Colorado as they get out to a quick start and are ready for whatever games come next.
Mm-hmm. Um, but good on Barret in the beginning and playing their best. Although and getting a stock, honestly, that's really the important part. Making sure that AIV does not get a 3 stock and knocking down one of the points from 6 to 5.
Yeah. And to answer your question, I see you in chat. Points function on a stock by stock basis. So if you win, you get 1 point for every stock you kept. And if you win this set, then you get 2 bonus points. So keeping every stock ends up mattering, and it also adds additional win conditions such as timeout are still in the fray.
This point system is pretty different. It's not something that I'm personally too familiar with. I'm not sure about you, UBL.
It's definitely unique to the EGF League, but that's all the better.
And it's actually pretty good for this style because we can't do like a traditional crew battle as we could normally do in person. So I think this style of counting scores is pretty accurate to I guess the game as a whole, or like these matches as a whole.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it because it adds a little bit more than just stock count to a lot of the nature of crew battles. Certain characters are better in crew battles, just like doubles, than others. Characters that can take stocks quickly, characters with massively more direct win conditions, or that can live a long time. Characters like Bowser, for instance, are really good in crew battles because they're exceptionally heavy and can take stocks without much trouble, while Sonic is really bad in a crew battle because his kill moves are very linear and he doesn't play to a crew battle style. However, in this format, any character is viable because it's playing a best of 3 set, just like a normal event. So it's interesting, and it's cool to see it experimented with on a stage such as this.
Absolutely. Getting back into the game, we have Ice for Colorado University and S-Rice for William and Mary. Love the rhyming. Currently, Town